Welcome back to Apple Tree Allotment. Down here it's the sort of middle of January now. It's a very frosty, misty morning today, Saturday morning, about 10 o'clock I think. So I've come down here to do a couple of things today. In the week, one lunchtime I went to the recycling place and picked up a load of soil improver. So I've got my 5 boxes of soil improver and I just dropped that off down here. Takes me about 40 minutes or so to get there, get it all in boxes and get back and drop it here. So I just did that in my lunch break. So I brought that down, and today's big job is to line this bed with cardboard. I've got all that in the shed still. So I'll line that with cardboard, just cover up the sides a little bit so it doesn't go underneath the gaps, and then get the soil improver in. At some point a little later I'll buy some compost or use the compost out of our bin on the plot and just top it up a little bit more as well. But at least this will get it pretty full, probably up to the level with that other soil. So yeah, that'll get the bulk of it filled up. I'm also going to set up this plant umbrella, so it's like a netting. It's something I got given this, so it's not rectangle, so it doesn't quite fit the beds, but it's they're pretty good. They just don't cover the whole bed, that's all. So yeah, I'm gonna get that out of the box and set that up over probably over the peas at the back there, just to try and keep the rabbits and things off them. I just interrupted a pheasant walking around on one of the other plots when I came in, so he's walking around looking for something to eat this morning. Yeah, so they're first main jobs to do really, and then if I get time I might do a bit more sorting over the other side, some of the wood. I did manage this week, the Allotment Society took down, they took down a old, I think it was like it wasn't a polytunnel, it was a tunnel, but it had sort of just mesh over it, and I think it was getting pretty broken up, so they took that down this week. And there's a bit of decking wood that they asked if anyone wanted, so I managed to get these poles. I think there was about 6 of them, these long ones. Obviously they're pretty old, so there's bits I might have to cut off the ends a little bit, but there's some usable wood there, and I've got some other bits that might make up a bed. Yeah, so I might have a sort through that, see how good it is. And I was thinking, let's swing round, I was thinking I'm going to measure up, but I'm thinking of using them for this bed. So making 2 beds similar to this garlic bed, with a path down the middle, just so I can reach over, because I don't think I'll be able to reach. I don't want to stand on the beds. And then that'll either have our courgettes or maybe or something like that in it. Yeah, so hopefully I can get that built. That'll be another week, but I'll just measure up and see if that'll fit. If not, I'll change our plans. Yeah, but it'd be good to at least get something on that. I know I'll need to replace it in the future, but at least it's letting me get started getting the beds in and use it this year, and then as the years go on and I get better wood or got a few bit of spare budget, I can buy wood and improve the beds. But at least this gets me going. It's free, so nothing's lost. Yeah, so first job, tip all this soil. I'll get the cardboard set up, I'll show you that, and I'll tip all this soil in. I've got all my cardboard in, so I've got all the tape and stickers and stuff I could off. There's a few little bits of the paper tape that some people use. That's okay, I think. But yeah, I got as much as I could off and laid that out. I'm just hoping that will sort of keep down. There was a little bit of grass and weeds on here, not much, because the pumpkins were vines come over this bit last year and killed a lot of it off. But yeah, that'll keep it down, and just keep the soil from going under those gaps for now until I've got bark down here, which will cover up those gaps anyway. Yeah, so hopefully that'll just bed down, and this is going to have first early potatoes in this year, so I'm hoping it'll be built up enough that they'll have plenty of room anyway. The soil here is so heavy clay, I don't really want it going into that anyway, because it's quite a nightmare to dig. It's so solid. Even in the summer, it's very hard to get veg out of. So yeah, I'm hoping the potatoes, they tend to stay in the sort of no dig bed anyway, the raised bed. So yeah, that's my plan. So cardboard's in. Next up, I'm going to start putting the boxes of soil in. I've got all 5 boxes in. So yeah, as I thought, it's just brought it up to the first plank, level with the rest of the soil, so that's okay. At some point, next time I get a free lunchtime, I'll go and get some more of that soil improver and just put one box in each of these beds, just to get them a little bit deeper and be good for the potatoes. Although obviously as the season goes on, I tend to put grass clippings around the potatoes as they grow up to cover the potatoes, and that, I find that mulches down really well over the season, and it's pretty much gone by the time I harvest the potatoes. So I'll do that this year, but if I run out of clippings, I'll also put some topsoil around it, some of this soil improver, or compost out the compost bin. Yeah, so that's that job done. I'm probably just going to cut off, I brought down the saw just to cut off these tops of these corner posts, just so it matches this other one. I'm not going to use them for netting. I did originally have them quite tall for netting, but I think these are too sort of long to make that a good way of doing it. So I'll come up with another solution. I know some of the other people use like these plastic pipes, and they build little blocks in the side with holes in that they slide them into. So I might try that. I've got some of those at home, those pipes from a previous garden. So yeah, I might try that at some point. But yeah, I might just cut off these posts just to keep them all even, because some of them, because they were recycled, they're all different heights and shapes and things, so just make it look a bit nicer. I finished sawing off those tops of those posts. That looks good now, all matched up. And I've also just unboxed this umbrella and got that in place. So this is over the Meteor peas, one of the beds. I've got another one of these at home actually that I had last year, so I might bring it down for the other bed. It fits quite well in these beds because these are a little bit shorter than some of my other beds. So yeah, it literally is an umbrella, but it's got a fine mesh over it. So they're pretty sturdy. They lasted. They didn't sort of break or anything last year. And they've just got little pegs, little eyelets down in the corner where the little pegs go in. Don't know how well they'll stay in the loosish soil, but it might keep the rabbits and pheasants and things off, at least until they need the canes, and then obviously it won't really work then. But yeah, it might keep them going for a little bit. Rest of the allotment is slowly progressing. The bulbs are coming up. Daffodils are coming up over here, slowly coming up. And over here in the other flower bed, little bulbs are slowly growing away. That's good. I'm looking forward to having some little flowers on the plot. You can see from the other end the beds this way, so they look good, filled up. At some point, I'm not sure whether to extend these beds. I was sort of tempted to join these two together, maybe move that one along, and add some to it somewhere. Just trying to think of ways to sort of save this space, because I don't need to be able to walk in between each one. Although I do quite like having the separate beds for each different kind of plant. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just sort of thinking about ways to save space, growing space this year, because I'm going to have the potatoes all down this side. So I was thinking those two big ones would be the first earlies. The second earlies would probably take those 4. So if I join some together, that might make more sense. And then the main crop would take these 2 and another 2, perhaps over there. So yeah, I don't know. We'll think about it. I've got a few little bits of wood that I might be able to use to do that. And over the other side, our peas are slowly growing away in those 2. There's a few little bits coming up. It's obviously very slow progress this time of year, but even so, it is definitely see a little bit of progress. Broad beans haven't really done much since last week. There's been quite a few frosts this week, so I think if anything they've gone backwards this week. They've got a bit bitten by the frost, which is a shame, but hopefully they'll fight back. The netting I put round the chard seems to be working. Some of these leaves have started to grow a little bit, or at least certainly haven't gone any further, got any worse, so that's good. And the garlic seems to be loving the weather. I'm going to do, at some point I want to do something with this bed. I just found a piece of wood over in a pile. I was thinking about trying to edge this bed because the soil is sort of falling off a bit. Ideally it needs the bark higher up to stop the soil falling over. Yeah, so I might, if I can, I might edge that at some point, even if it's just a fairly temporary solution. Yeah, so that's all my jobs done today. I'm gonna measure up some of these boards just so I know where they fit. So I might do that before I leave. But yeah, other than that, I think we're good for today. It's slowly warming up, but it's definitely a cold winter's day down here. You can feel the toes getting pretty cold. Obviously there's no one else down here. Yeah, so I hope you're all keeping well and getting something done on the plots, getting ready for spring. And I look forward to talking to you next week.